Happy winter, HLGU students, and welcome to another edition of Trojans Timeout. While students may be trying to stay warm on campus, our winter sports teams are wrapping up their season both on the court and on the mats. The Trojan wrestling team recently competed at the inaugural AMC conference hosted at HLGU, and the team was well represented on the final podium. Senior Mike Wright took home the gold in the heavyweight, and Matt Mattingly took third in the 157-pound class. We caught up with several members of the team during the meet.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's a good start for us to maybe have tournaments in the future, but really just being here, being my final conference, or first conference tournament, it really just shows that we care about wrestling, we want to succeed.
Men's and women's basketball are also wrapping up their seasons as we enter into February. The men currently sit at a record of 5-15, with the women sporting a record of 7-16. The teams most recently hosted William Woods in a showdown at the Porter Gymnasium. The Lady Trojans taking on William Woods at home. Kenna Greenway brings the ball up the court, passes over to Sarah Klein on the wing. Klein looking for a pass, directing the offense. She makes a quick move and drives to the lane around her defender, kicks it over to Emma Penn, and she gets the long two to go. Penn finished with 16 points and 12 rebounds in the game. Clock running down in the first half, Greenway passes over to Kylie Elmore on the wing. She looks for a pass and gets back up top to Anna Bucher, who swings the ball around the perimeter over to Greenway in the corner. The Lady Trojans really trying to move the ball quickly around the perimeter to create some open looks. Elmore from the top of the key, over to Klein on the wing. She fires the three over the defender and gets it to go. But HLG would fall on this one, 79-62. The men's team also taking on William Woods. Deshaun Terrell setting up the offense, getting quick passes around the perimeter. HLG was 7-15 from three-point range in the first half, with a lot of open looks coming from these quick passes beyond the three-point line. The Trojans still moving the ball, back to the top of the key to Stevens, who passes over to Terrell on the wing. Terrell gets a slip screen from Brandon Eschenbach and passes over to Tim Pace, who pulls up without hesitation and knocks down the three over the defender. On the fast break now, Pace passes ahead to Terrell, who makes a quick move and back to Pace from beyond the arc, one of 6 Trojans shooting over 35% from downtown for the season. Demetrius Early looks to set up the offense. Passes to his left to Terrell, who flips it over to Isaac Hively. The big man gives it right back, and Terrell pulls up for the three, and he'll take all of those. The Trojans would win this one, 78-72. The men's baseball team also enters this season under new direction. Our Corey Burkhart caught up with new head coach Ben Struther.
Hi, this is Corey Burkhart, here with head coach Ben Struther for HLG Baseball, and we're just going to talk a little bit of baseball today. How are you doing, Coach?
Very good, very good.
All right, this is your first year coaching baseball at HLG. What did you expect coming in?
Well, I really was honored, excited to take this position, and really felt like, the transition from coaching high school baseball to coaching college baseball takes a little bit of time, but at the same time, is very rewarding to be able to work with, top athletes at every high school, and also, hopefully make a contribution to the athletic department, to the program, to the institution.
And have you been surprised by anything?
Well, you always kind of relate it back to your prior experiences and things like that. And so, I had an opportunity to play here and played 4 years. And so coming in, you always notice things that are a little bit different. A lot of them are different for a good reason, because Coach Biggs always worked to improve the team, improve the program, improve, the amenities that we have as a team. And so, I was definitely excited to see, a well-ordered, well-structured baseball team and well-run team, and look forward to, working to contribute to continue that on and move forward.
And what's the overall dynamic of the team this year?
Yeah, so we've changed a lot since last year. Last year we had a lot of teams, a lot of players who came and went, and now we're kind of left with a core group, which is actually a good thing. You know what I mean? Because you could kind of look at it as a get on the bus, get off the bus mentality. But also at the same time, these guys who are here want to play baseball. They're committed to our team, committed to the institution. And so, as a dynamic, the big themes that we have right now, and this is something we adopted from Coach Biggs, but we follow attitude, confidence, effort. 3 things you can control, 3 things that are a big part and aspect to our team. And look to kind of help us as we go through the season, overcome obstacles, and also, win big games.
Okay, you just made a trip to Dallas for a tournament. How did that go?
Yeah, we did not win. We lost all 4 games, which initially isn't any fun. But at the same time, we learned a lot of things about our players. Now we get to come home and work on that and make adjustments, and hopefully come out with a, kind of a more of a winning approach, and have a little bit more, concreted or firm lineup and positioning for guys. And so it's not all a complete loss, even though we went down there and we saw some good teams who had been playing outside a lot. Felt like we were a little behind, didn't have our timing at the plate, not used to fielding ground balls off dirt in the infield. But at the same time, saw a lot of positive aspects. A lot of guys stepped up as well. So.
And do you have an early candidate for a breakout year this season?
That's a good question. We saw a really, really good outing from Dustin King, and Dustin King's our you say he's our leader, senior, guy who really holds things together, and he had a good outing against the 4th-ranked team in the nation. So, and that was the first game we got to play when we were down in Dallas. He had a lot of good innings, showed a lot of good things, and so I imagine we'll see good things from him. On the position side, Seth Brown hit a 2-run homer. He's our sophomore first baseman, and so we're looking forward to seeing him continue to develop, continue to get stronger, and start driving the ball out of the park, which is what we saw.
What improvements has the team made already?
Yeah, I think, as you go through the ups and downs of even just the weekend of baseball, which we had when we were in Dallas, we saw guys step up and kind of try to make a difference in terms of what we weren't doing right, how to change that. And so between Game 3 and Game 4, we made an adjustment just simply communicating. And so that's something that is a little bit harder because a lot of times our pitchers are doing their thing in the wintertime, outfielders are doing their thing, infielders are doing their thing, and you never really have a chance to put it all together just because of the simple fact we don't have an indoor facility to fit everyone in, to play in and out. And so communication was a little bit lacking in the first couple games, and made the adjustment, and I think that that's going to be an important factor moving forward and help minimize errors and make the right plays and keep guys from taking extra bases and things like that.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, really appreciate the interview. Really appreciate you guys, following us and, giving us an opportunity to talk baseball, and thanks.
Softball is also beginning their preseason workouts as winter comes to a close. Ryan Tiller asked head coach Dan Kearse about the upcoming season.
Welcome back HLU students. I'm Ryan Tiller for TNN, and with me is head softball coach Dan Hurst. Thanks, Dan, for taking a few minutes of your time to answer a few questions.
Yeah, I'm certainly welcome. I always like the opportunity to talk about my team, so it's good to be here.
First, can you tell us a little bit about the new players on the team?
Well, we have several new players on our team this year. I think we have a total of 8 new freshmen this year. We have a total of 20 on our roster, and so it's looking like it's a very well-balanced group. The new freshmen that we have are filling in some very key roles for us that maybe we lost last year through graduation. So everything's looking good right now, and we're glad to have the new ones, and as well as the returners.
Can you tell us about the team's biggest strength in your opinion?
Well, I'd say our strength right now has to be, I'm looking at offensively. I think we've got a lot of talented hitters on our team. That's always important. And when you can go from the top of your lineup down to the bottom and, produce something on the bases and get runners on and score points, you're going to do great. So I think offensively we're looking good.
The spring games have you playing 12 games in 6 days. Can you tell us how the team mentally prepares for that kind of stretch?
Well, we've been doing this for quite a few years, and it's, as the big leaguers would call it, kind of your spring training. So the goal is to get in the nice weather and be able to play as many games as you can prior to starting your conference schedule when you come back after break. So they know it's a lot of games, but it's an opportunity with 20 players on my team to get playing time for a lot of players and get them all adjusted to the game and playing together as a team. And so they enjoy playing, and it's really not a problem. They really enjoy it.
Can you tell us what the biggest goal for you for the team is this season?
Well, I think our goal every year is to do well in the conference, finish in the top part if you can, and get a good seed going into the postseason tournament. And then from there, once you get into that type of tournament, you can hopefully get on a roll and win the tournament and maybe get to the national tournament. So I think our players see that as a possibility, and so that's what we set as a goal.
All right. Thank you, Coach. That's all we have for you now. I'm Ryan Tiller for TNN. Back to you, Nick.
Well, that's all for this winter edition of Trojans Timeout. Keep tuning in for updates about postseason basketball and the start of spring sports. For all of us here on the sports team, I'm Nick Vandiver, and we'll see you soon.